dinker. See if I can get that hook in here. Little tiny one. I don't even know if you can see that. Oh yeah. Ooh, ooh yeah. I'm just not seeing anything that's really indicating eat that top water. Freaking gar. Been a while since I had to deal with one of these. Glad I didn't get my old crank plug. Ooh. Nicked up that line real good. Oh man. Whoa! Go on down. On down. Alrighty. Got another little dinker. Oh boy. Well, welcome back to another edition of Low IQ Fishing. I'm on Lake Pomme de Terre today. I haven't been up here in about 6 weeks, and so I'm kind of just starting from scratch. I got a lot of mosquitoes. I got a lot of rods on the deck, and I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to try to do a little bit of moving baits first thing in the morning, and then as the sun gets up, which isn't going to be very long from now, start using, I got a jig rigged up and a big worm. I'd like to kind of get on a big worm bite if I could, but or even a big crankbait deep. So I've got a lot of stuff rigged. I've caught a couple of fish so far this morning before enough light to really get them on camera, but I'm just using the KVD 1.5 and Tennessee shad, so that's my go-to up here. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna fish around. I think I'm gonna actually run up the Pomme de Terre River today. I've never gone up very far, so that's my plan. Do that and just kind of just scope it out and take a look at it, and probably throw this crankbait quite a bit and a jig, I'm guessing, once I get up in there. But before I head up, I'm gonna hit some of these main lake points here and drag the big worm and stuff once the sun gets up a little bit. So anyways, that's my plan. If you like this kind of content and our videos, consider subscribing and hitting the notification button so you're alerted when we put out new content. Also comments, you know, I mean, we absolutely love the comments. As a matter of fact, like, tell me what you like to use. This is like, I think July 10th. So what do you use about midsummer? When the temperatures start to get 90 degrees and the water temp basically matches that. What's your go-to stuff? Is it a big worm? Is it a jig? I'd like to know. Maybe it could help me out on a day where I'm having a tough bite. But at any rate, follow along and see if I can't put a couple more in the boat. Hopefully a few pretty good ones. Freaking gar. All right, there's one on the very next cast. Thought it was a gar, but he's just foul hooked. All right, I think I got a few hitting some shad back in here. He's got a pretty swole little belly on him. So, okay, excellent. Putting some fish in the boat. Turning my trolling motor off. It's always nice. pulled out of a limb just now, and boom. There he is. Little one. Boy, they're spunky today. I'd like to find a decent one doing this. Probably will. A lot of little bass packed in this pocket. Couldn't decide if you wanted to get hooked or you wanted to hit that thing 3 times. Boy, these mosquitoes are bad back in here. Wow. Really bad. Alrighty, little guy. There he is. Boy, got a case of the dinks this morning. Little one. And the daggum mosquitoes are just swarming me back in here. Jeez Louise. Couldn't hardly even see through those mosquitoes back there. Man, they're thick. Catching fish, but I could not wait to get out of there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Catching all kinds of stuff today. Bass, some gar. Big drum that about gave me a heart attack. All right. Quite the mixed bag today. Okay. That was fun. Sucker hit like a ton of bricks. That's super unfortunate. Jesus. Oh. What do we got here? All kinds of crazy stuff. And dadgum gar are hard on the line. I think it's their scales. I think I'm like a lot of it. I'm just like raking across them, and that's what's really damaging the line, because I'm not getting into rocks 3 foot up my, or not 3 foot, but 2, a foot or 2 up my line. And I'm just like, you're reeling in, just like real hard. I think I'm just like drawing it across their back, and I hit them and they kick. I don't really think too many of them are really attacking it, but maybe it's just their teeth breaking up and down the line. Could be. I just know that their scales they're so rough, it's like sandpaper. Definitely more in the coves than that main lake kind of stretch out there for sure. Eating a lot too, keep pooping on me. Always pooping on me. grabbed a hold of that, you were in trouble, buddy. You were in trouble. Another little shorty. Boy, they're green today. Jeez. No good ones yet. No good ones yet. Big old drum. Gotta count for something. I guess it counts for my big drum. Now I need a big bass. I think that this profile is just pretty big. I don't know why I feel that way, but immediately this morning I got that distinct feeling that, I don't know, I guess I seen a bass chase a few minnows up, eat a couple, and I looked right at them when the minnows came out. They were pretty small, which I've caught them really good on full-size spinnerbait a lot of times when they're chasing around really little stuff, but generally that's when the square bill is gonna really come into play when they're chasing that stuff. I've seen a couple of good ones eat today too. I mean, I looked right at them when they came out of the water, but I was around them. They just either didn't let me like what I was doing, or I don't know. Look at that bud. All right, fiasco. Oh boy, that is through. Oh, there we go. Got a fish. What a deal. Come out of the water, about freaking sailed into the stratosphere. All right. They want that deal down a little square though. There he is. My hand come off the freaking hook. Oh. Feed it a little bit better, and then ended up getting the back hook. They want that little square bill. Ain't no doubt. Alright, another little 10-inch bass. Boy, they're pooping all over me. It's just all over me and all over the boat. Holy cow. They are gorging themselves sick on them little minnows. Seen a bait ball of minnows go by. They're all about 2 inches long, and I mean a massive school. There's another one. A massive school. These right here are the ones that hook you. They're the trouble. They're little and they're wiggly. Oh, there's no hope for you, buddy. You are a little dinker. All right. I don't get it. There he is. Awesome. 5XD Tennessee shad. Probably a total fluke. Gonna find out. Man, I'd like to get a little something going and catch a couple better ones, but which I've done it. I'm a big crank. You just gotta get around them. I think a lot of times it has far less to do with doing the right thing in terms of how you want to catch them. I don't think it's as important a lot of times of how you're going to do it so much as getting around them. Getting around bigger fish that are feeding. Whoa. I think that is the most important thing. Because I don't know how many times I've been in a situation like that where you're catching good ones, and I'm throwing a crankbait and the other guy's throwing a jig, catching them. You know, I just think it's a lot of times it's more important to be around the fish than a very certain specific thing. Now sometimes that's just what it is they just want the one thing, but a lot of times that's just not the case. Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Ended up being a pretty decent day. I caught quite a few this morning, but just a lot of short, kind of dinky fish, and just never really could get around anything that was going to be of any size that wanted to do what I wanted to do, I guess. I don't know. I kind of disappointed in myself. I bailed on that. What I should have done was I should have used the stuff that I thought could get a bigger bite around where I knew them fish were feeding. But I just kind of associated the size of the fish that I was catching with just, you know, the area. And I think that was probably pretty stupid. I had actively feeding fish and I left them. So I thought that I would use, you know, a jig or a big worm or a 5 or 6 XD on these points and get into some better fish. And what I should have done was I should have used that stuff right there while I seen fish actively feeding and was catching some on that square bill this morning. So woulda, shoulda, coulda. I just was super confident in the fact that I could get on some of these main lake points and get bit, and I caught one small Kentucky in the last 3 hours. Like absolutely no bites. So the winds really picked up too, which just made it a little bit harder to do what I wanted to do, but for the deep crank it's been nice. I can get the wind in my back and I can get some real distance on that crankbait. So my arm's a little wore out from reeling that. I'm not used to it quite yet this summer. So but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the trailer. If you like these videos and you enjoy watching them, you might consider subscribing and hitting the notification button so you know when we put new content out. We put full-length videos out every other week and about 4 shorts a week in between. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the trailer and go home and sit in the AC. I appreciate you watching, and the comments are really cool too, so it's very supportive, and just wanted to thank you guys for doing that. Until next time, if I see you on the water, I hope you're catching them.